Well, what I see most of the time with people who are practicing it and practicing it well is a real tightness between the husband and wife, and a mutual respect that I see is really, really powerful. You just see them accepting one another, caring for one another, paying more attention to one another because they have this part of their lives, which of course they obviously have to be attentive to, but it actually just shifts their mind focus from the selfishness that everybody else seems to be struggling with. Well, anytime anybody comes to me for marriage, they want to start that right away. I hand them information. I say it's required that you at least study this and see what's available and see how it works. It's what the church recommends, and I give them the reasons for it in terms of, the whole abortifacient aspect and the whole. I also tell them the testimony of my own life, because as you know, I was married. My marriage broke up over questions of children. My wife did not want to have them. She had a tubal ligation. It became further and further down the road as it went. It became a sense of real disdain for me. She didn't want my children. She didn't even want me anymore. And it was the whole undoing of the marriage. And so I tell them that story. I say, this is one of the things that will divide you, because it's a fundamental rejection. If you use a barrier method, or if you take any kind of contraception, what you're saying is, I don't want your child, or I don't want you to have my child. I don't trust you enough to have my child. I don't trust you enough to help me raise my child. It's a very, it goes down to the very root of what marriage is all about, which is a mutual relationship of self-giving, as John Paul talks about in the theology of the body. It's all about giving each other to each other. And the acceptance and honoring of that gift is incredible. So when I talk to families or couples that are going to get married and form a family, I say, this is one of the very big reasons. There are studies out, families that contraceive have much harder time keeping together in their marriage. There are studies out that talk about how cohabiting and having sexual relations before marriage weaken the fabric of the marriage. I've known atheists that have used it. I've known Jews that have used it. I've known evangelicals that have used it. I've known agnostic, I don't believe anything, don't do anything. They found it very helpful because, and most of them, their rejection of the artificial contraceptive programs was that it wasn't natural, it wasn't real, it wasn't the way we were made. They very much subscribed to the whole natural law concept, not necessarily the Catholic understanding of it, but that's what this is all about. They recognized that, and they thought it was really lame to be doing anything other than this.